Hey guys, it's Jessii Vee, and you guys know that I am obsessed with folklore, especially when it's super eerie and creepy and strange. And so I just found out about a creature last week that I had never heard about in my life. They are things called the Huldra, and they are basically women out in the deep dark forests that have giant holes in their backs. And something about that was so terrifying to me, but also so intriguing that I had to make a video on it. So we're gonna get into that in just a second. I just want to give you a reminder that our Christmas mystery boxes have launched. They have been out for a week. They are halfway sold out, so thank you. There are 3 golden tickets hidden somewhere amongst them. And if you find one of them, you get one of 3 prize packs. The first one is a Coraline gift pack, the second one is a Grinch gift pack, and the third one is a Yeti themed gift pack. We also launched our yearly advent calendars. These are 12 days of 12 full-size products. I love how it's in a gingerbread house. We are almost sold out of these as well, so I will put a link down below. And the free item of today is this Northern Lights necklace. This might be the prettiest necklace I have ever seen in my life. It is this beautiful black frame pendant, and on the inside is the Aurora Borealis. And honestly, the more I look at it, the more it looks like it's actually moving inside of this necklace. Like, this necklace is just magic to me. So for the next 48 hours, if you get anything on our website, you will get a Northern Lights necklace for free while supplies last. So if you would like to get a mystery box or one of our advent calendars, this will count towards it. And yeah, I have linked everything down below for you. Okay, so let's get right into talking about the Huldra because I am so intrigued by these creatures. The Huldra is a supernatural creature from Scandinavian folklore. She's often depicted as a tall, beautiful woman with long hair and an alluring otherworldly presence, but she is said to have a hollow back, which may resemble the rough, cracked bark of a tree, and her back is said to smell like decay and rot, making some believe an animal has died nearby. And in some tales, she actually has a cow's tail, or the tail of a fox. And this tail and her hollow back are her telltale features, usually hidden behind her hair or clothing, making her look like a normal woman at first glance, especially from afar. And usually when she is first encountered, she'll face towards you to deceive you. Maybe she'll tell you she's lost or she needs help, but when you go and follow her, she'll turn around to reveal her true self. And in many tales and stories over the years, she uses this allure to lead men astray or deeper into the forest. She often causes them to become lost, exhausted. Sometimes she even makes them go mad. But interestingly enough, if a man is nice and respectful towards her, sometimes she will reward him with treasures, good fortune, or protection in the forest. However, if he disrespects her or he tries to flee from her, she can be very vengeful, ending his life or causing him to suffer accidents or misfortune. And in some legends, the Huldra can take human lovers or husbands, but these relationships rarely end happily. If a man decides to marry one of the Huldra, she may lose her supernatural abilities, becoming human and losing her hollow back and tail, which the man might be happy about, but she won't be. And if the husband ever breaks his vows or goes behind her back, she will return to her forest form, leaving him to suffer the consequences of breaking their bond. So they are very, very intense creatures, and I kind of love them for it. So let's get into some really creepy encounters with the Huldra. The first one is about a young hunter named Eric, and he was well known in his village for his skill with a bow and his knowledge of the forest. And one evening, he went deeper into the woods than ever before, following the tracks of a large elk. And as the shadows grew long, he came upon a clearing bathed in twilight, and there, standing by a tree, was a woman like he had never seen before. She was tall with flowing golden hair and skin that seemed to glow in the dim light, and the woman beckoned him over, her voice hypnotizing. And so he was immediately completely mesmerized by her, he began following her deeper and deeper into the forest. But suddenly she stopped and turned, her hair shifting just enough to reveal a hollow, bark-covered back, like the inside of a rotting tree, and Eric felt this chill go all through his body. But before he could react, she leaned in and whispered to him, "Leave my forest and never return, or your bones will join the roots." Terrified, Eric stumbled back, barely finding his way to the village before nightfall, and he swore he could still hear her laughter echoing through the trees. And from that day on, he completely avoided the woods. But hunters who dared to venture too close to that part of the forest sometimes heard soft laughter drifting through the air and saw golden hair vanishing amongst the trees. And then we have a second story that is also very creepy, and this one's actually a bit more disturbing and I guess sad for the outcome. A farmer named Lars was struggling to keep his livestock healthy. His cattle were growing thin and nothing he did seemed to help. One evening, desperate, he went to the edge of the forest to ask for the Huldra's help. He left a basket of food and whispered his plea to the trees, hoping the tales of her power were true. And the next morning, he found a young woman standing at his pasture's gate. She told him she could bless his cattle, but in exchange, he must promise to leave an offering at the forest edge every week without fail. Eager for help, Lars agreed with these terms. And from that day forward, his cattle thrived, they were growing fat and healthy. But one day, Lars grew lazy, or maybe he just forgot, and he did not leave his offering at the edge of the forest for the Huldra. And that night, he awoke to the sound of hooves running all over his property, like his animals were terrified of something. He ran to his window and looked out and saw that his cattle were frenzied. They were running in circles. And there amongst them was the Huldra, her beautiful face twisted in rage, her hollow back exposed like the gaping mouth of a tree. And the next morning, all of his cattle lay dead in his field, and Lars himself was never seen again. Some say he wandered into the forest, drawn by the Huldra's call, and that if you listen closely, you can hear his voice joining hers in the trees. So yeah, disappointed for the animals, because like, what did they really do? You know what I mean? Like, I know the farmer didn't stay with his word, so maybe he deserved punishment. But the animals? It's just a story though, don't worry. Anyways guys, that is the end of today's video. If you enjoy me doing videos on old folk tales and such, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know, maybe comment a folk tale down below that you want me to cover. And yeah, don't forget that for the next 48 hours, you can get a free Northern Lights necklace with any purchase on our website while supplies last. I'm linking everything down below, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!